Depression is one of the most significant mental health disorders, and yet it causes very big problems in the family, in industry, very many problems. The fact is that depression can occur under many different circumstances. It may be genetic, it may be the fact that certain things are going wrong in your life at a particular time, and so on. And what we believed was that people who are under some sort of stress in their life, a very high stress, and in addition to this, that they were unable to cope with that stress, then eventually this would lead towards depression, clinical depression.
In OPTIMI, we are going to target individuals suffering from stress, like mothers of disabled children, like unemployment, and students in the final year in the university. OPTIMI is going to predict with the measurement of physiological parameters of the person and psychological parameters also.
If we can monitor somebody's physiology, we can actually detect the point in time that would say that this person is under high levels of stress but cannot cope with it, and as a result, in the next few months, they will most likely fall into depression. The heartbeat and so the heart rate and the way in which the heart rate varies, the heart rate variability, have been in the literature strongly shown to correlate with mental stress. It's very normal for the heart rate to go up and down and up and down. But in somebody who is probably not coping well, then their heart rate may go up, but it will perhaps stay very high for very long periods of time, and it will not go down. The second thing we wanted to sense was how much activity are you doing, and in particular, not with your hands. We decided to go for the activity, ambulation activity, to see, is the person running, are they dancing, are they doing sport, are they doing nothing, are they, so important for us was ambulation. If somebody's doing a lot of socializing and a lot of sport, most therapists would tell us that, in fact, this person is unlikely that they are suffering from depression. The next thing we were interested in was the mind itself. So what we wanted to do here is to measure the EEG of the brain to see if there was a difference between people who were under high stress and not coping compared to people who were under high stress and coping. Sleep quality is a very, very good predictor for depression, because first of all, sleep quality tends to decline with stress. We use the heart and the activity as data for us to calculate sleep quality. Speech as a predictor of depression has been used in trials at the University of Zurich, in where patients who were recovering from depression using pharmaceutical drugs, their speech patterns changed as they became better. If we could take advantage of this work and see whether we could do the reverse, look at somebody who's normal and see if we could predict that they fall into depression. One of the key final things that we measure is the self-report of the person, the self-diary. This is done in OPTIMI on a daily basis, so that the person has to fill out some graphic-based questionnaires to allow us to effectively score their state of mind as seen subjectively by themselves. One of the key things that we know is that cortisol, which is something in your blood, in your body, goes up and down with stress, and is very much, it's one of the best indicators of human stress. The cortisol sensor will be worn on a small number of subjects. It's not the entire calibration trials in a small subset, together with all the other sensors. So what we will have here is an opportunity to detect stress from the point of view of cortisol and relate that to stress as detected by all the other sensors. So this is another means of calibration. These form basically key sensors in OPTIMI. That's first of all the heart, the activity, the speech, the sleep quality, the EEG with the mind, self-diary, and cortisol.
To implement OPTIMI, we are going to do a lot of technological work, we are going to do a lot of psychological work, but mainly calibrate the whole system. We are right now running those trials. One in Spain, one in China, another one in Switzerland.
In the calibration trial, we will compare the physiology that we record against, first of all, the self-reports, because we want to see if there's a correlation between the self-report and the physiology, but as well as that, each week the volunteer will be examined by a therapist who will determine their state of mind through face-to-face interviews.
In our experience also, people are very, very interested in knowing things about them. And this is very special information. What about your mental health?
We believe we can detect someone moving towards depression. But if we stop there, that would be not good enough, because we really now have to say, well, how can we avoid them from going towards depression? We want a software application which can sufficiently improve your resilience, improve your way of looking at life, so that you actually can say, okay, I am under a lot of pressure, but tomorrow I will have half a day off. Or, to take actions, to take control of your life. And this has been proven that when used with large numbers of people, this has been more successful in many cases than drugs. There is this long-term hope that electronics will be the solution for many, many of our health problems, to the extent that all of us one day will be wearing something like this.